Hi, this is Mike Brown, owner of Death Wish Coffee Company. Welcome to Fueled by Deathcast.
I love Jeff, but sweet and hot. Whoop, Mr. Motorama
Death Wish Coffee presents Fueled by Deathcast, the world's strongest podcast. With your hosts, the incredible Jeff and the amazing D-Man.
I'm raising the roof.
Don't bring back raising the roof, Jeff.
I'm gonna bring it back. No, I don't think so. I probably everybody out there watching me is like, please don't bring that back. I'll put it back down.
Yeah, collapse the roof,
I'll
Jeff.
collapse the roof. Welcome to Fueled by Deathcast. We're a little weird today, but it's all good. This is episode 66 for you guys keeping track at home, and it is pretty special because
we interview the devil.
No, we gotta wait till 666 for that.
Okay,
one, right?
5 years. Somebody,
something, yeah, around there, around there. But we got a really good
we're
show.
calling you out, Satan.
Yeah, we got a really good show for you guys. One of the company's favorite holidays is right around the corner, St. Patrick's Day. So we're gonna do some fun stuff in the show to celebrate that. Which
We're
is
also
fun.
doing some fun things in real life. on St.
Yeah,
Patrick's
and
Day.
we'll get to that.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, for sure. First and foremost, I am the incredible Jeff.
And I am the amazing D-Man.
That's it. And we'd love for you guys to follow us on social media. We are both really active over on Instagram, and I am trying to be a little bit more active on Twitter, and it's very easy to follow us. I am at Jeff Wish Coffee.
And I am at Deathwish Dustin.
That easy. And if this is your first time joining the show, we'll run this through for you real quick. But if you are an OG, you know the drill. Share this feed and comment. Share it in the comment. We'll pick one lucky winner at the end of the show to win a mug. And this week's mug is the very recent St. Patrick's Day mug that we just came out with in conjunction with the Dropkick Murphys.
And it was a smash hit. It sold out in like hours.
Yeah.
You know, the day it came out, it was gone. And you guys are awesome.
We can't thank the community at large enough for not only digging this mug, which is a beast, by the way.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
We called it 20 ounces, but I'm hearing reports of people adding a few extra ounces in there with no problem.
It's pretty rad, and being able to do something jointly with a band that we respect like Dropkick, but not only that, with their charity foundation, the Colada Fund, a portion of this mug sales went to benefit that charity, and all said and done, we raised, I think, over $41,500.
Wow.
For the Colada Fund.
That's amazing.
And the reason behind that being, even though this was a run of 5,000 mugs, we did a lot of donations with these too. So we got to do a lot of fun stuff with these mugs. We donated to their charity, some other charity organizations. We donated a lot to the band themselves. If you guys are a fan of Dropkick Murphys,
they took it on the road.
Yeah.
So if you're going out to see a show of theirs,
Yeah.
they're raffling off a mug every night.
Yeah, or I
on
think
the
a couple
tour.
mugs even. Like, I don't even know. We sent them a bunch.
Yeah.
So they have a ton to play with, and they're signing them all and doing a bunch of fun stuff with that, which is absolutely incredible. But we can't thank you guys enough for, buying them and helping us support such an incredible charity.
We're forever grateful. This was on you guys. You guys did this. It's amazing. I mean,
Yeah.
It makes me feel good. You guys should feel really good about this. Not only because you got an awesome mug, but because it went to a great cause.
It really did.
Hey, this is Albar, Ken Casey, Vinny Stigma, Dropkick Murphys Agnostic Front on the St. Patrick's Day Tour 2018.
We're hanging backstage and just wanted to acknowledge our good friends at Death Wish Coffee who were kind enough to do this limited edition mug to benefit the Colada Fund charity. They sold over 4,000 mugs in 24 hours.
That's crazy, right? Wow.
And they raised $40,000 for the charity.
That is so great.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
We have
Good cause.
a few left that we're raffling off at the shows on the tour. You can go to the Colada Fund table, see our friend George, and he'll give you a raffle ticket, and they're signed by the band, and they're great mugs as well. You're good for a cup of coffee.
Kenny
You know what I
wants
mean?
that
Yeah,
guy, George.
you know? So,
Kenny wants some more coffee.
I love some more coffee.
A little
Vinny.
more coffee.
Hey!
Here you go.
Thank you, Death Wish!
All right, Death Wish.
Yeah.
So one last time, guys, just remember, share this feed, comment shared in those comments, and we're going to pick one lucky commenter at the end of this, and we'll send you this mug signed by D-Man and myself. What number is this, D-Man?
Oh, we're looking at 955. That's a weird 9, by the way.
It is a weird. I've actually seen a couple of posts of these mugs. It looked like Deneen got a new numberer, and they
he doesn't know how to make 9s.
Yeah.
Just lowercase g's.
Yeah, so it's G55 right there.
Is it bingo?
Yeah.
Yeah, 955. We don't get a lot of mugs in this
Under
warehouse
1,000.
that are under 1,000. We found one. We're sending it to you guys just for sharing this episode, and we're gonna give it a little mwah.
There you go. Kiss for luck. Kiss of the Irish.
Kiss of the half-breed Sicilian.
And we have to start the show by thanking
Brock Powell.
BrockBox.com. Just like we get a give and take there. Brock Powell is an incredible voice actor. You know that by listening to the show. He does all the voices on this show and 1,000 other voices out there in the world. And he's going to be everywhere.
Yeah, we
this
have
year.
1,000 voices to come. This guy is not stopping. He's young. He's hungry. He's motivated. I mean, he is just nose to the grindstone, working on projects that we can't even talk about.
Yeah,
right
there's
now.
some super secret stuff he's lending his voice to that you'll hear about in 2018, but we can't say it yet. But boy, so excited for Brock.
I want to say it. Ready?
We also want to thank the company Black Magic Design. They create all the technology that helps us make this show look as good as it sounds.
Yeah, you don't even know, but we're like two horribly looking humans, and they have a nice like little filter that goes. It makes us look at least
Human-like.
somewhat normal.
Yes, yes. Yes, we are human-like, but as always, thanks again to Black Magic Design.
Secret code unlocked. Discount of death.
So with this week's discount, we're giving you the luck of the Irish, and by that I mean you need to type in the discount code Irish to get 15% off of this awesome Chemex coffee bundle. You get a Chemex, you get 100 filters, and you get a pound of whole bean Death Wish coffee.
Can't beat it.
No, you really can't. And I know the Chemex was out of stock for a little while. We had the custom Chemex, which a little tricky to make. So we wanted to bring back the original Chemex for you guys. I know we left you hanging there for a little while. Deeply apologize, and a way to say sorry and thank you for being supporters is giving you this 15% off discount code, which again is Irish. Jeff, spell that.
IRISH.
Yeah. So type that in, get 15% off of this. I love the Chemex, man.
Yeah, me too. It's like you get to be a mad scientist in your kitchen. It is probably the best pour-over method out there. It really is. And
I've only seen I've seen other pour-overs, but they're like cheap, like Bodum.
Yeah.
Like, all the other companies are just copying what Chemex is doing, and they're not really doing a good job. Secrets in the filters, ladies and gentlemen.
It is.
You didn't know that until now, but now you know.
And you get the whole kit and caboodle, the Chemex, the filters, and the whole bean coffee. All you got to do is supply hot water. It's that easy.
It's called a pour over for one reason, because that's what you do when you get it. You pour over, and it makes coffee. Just dump in hot water. Jeff didn't even know how to use it to begin with.
It's true. You taught me how to use it.
Yeah, it was real hard. Just pour hot water over the coffee grind.
Well, just like a lot of people, I looked at it and was like, I have no idea what to do with something like that.
Yeah,
All I knew about coffee was hit the brew button that says coffee brew on my coffee drip machine.
You look at it and you're like, I'm not an alchemist.
Right.
But I'm sure you can handle boiling water. If not, don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it then. But up until March 21st, so you got a whole week to use this code Irish for 15% off this bundle. You can't, there's no better time.
Jeff, tell them why it's Irish.
It's Irish because not only are we celebrating St. Patrick's Day a little early on this show, but on the podcast tomorrow, we have a very special guest, and that's Ken Casey of the band Dropkick Murphys. If you've never heard of Dropkick Murphys, they are a Celtic punk band out of Boston, and they are Boston.
Yeah, like Ken Casey is the mayor of Boston.
It's incredible. The band was literally started on a dare, and we talk about their beginnings and how they've became this powerhouse band that literally tours the world now and is synonymous with the city that they love, and also a lot of the sports teams. You might know one of their biggest hits, I'm Shipping Up to Boston. It was the music behind the 2014 World Series champions, the Boston Red Sox. But they've done stuff with the Boston Bruins, the New England Patriots. They are so well loved by that city, and just they have a community like we do.
Yeah.
It's incredible. And we talked to Ken about that, and we talked about him him about all the other stuff that he's a part of, including the Clada Fund, which we partnered up with the Dropkick Murphys with the mug, and we're able to do some really fun stuff. And his other endeavor, Murphy's Boxing, which is his boxing promotion company, which is really breeding some of the world's best boxers now. It's pretty incredible.
Yeah, and it's not just boxers out of Boston. They have a big outreach. I heard they have actually a couple Albany boxers, couple local guys from here, which is great. Oh, a little picture of them rocking and rolling.
If you guys have yet to see it, we did a grind it out with them.
Oh, it's so good. I watched it.
Yeah,
It's
well,
so
thank
good.
you. I actually was there and was helping with the videography of that, and I took some of these shots, including this shot of them at their practice space. And it was so much great. It was so much good fun to be able to hang with Ken on an entire day in Boston.
It's good to see that their practice space, that their band practice space looks like every other band practice
Totally
space.
does.
There's nothing fancy about what they do. There's
Not at
pipes
all.
out of the wall.
Oh,
I see
yeah.
cracks and flags hanging. It's perfect.
Yeah, so you guys can check out that Grind It Out, which is up on YouTube right now. And starting tomorrow, our podcast comes out with Ken Casey, and we're so excited. We're going to give you a sneak peek right here.
The Fueled by Death guest.
I got to ask then, will we ever see a Dropkick Flogging Molly touring in the States?
Maybe stay tuned for an announcement.
I love it. I love it. Well, good. I hope so, because like I said, and like you said, it looked like you guys had a ton of fun out there.
At the
Great
end,
response.
of this,
Yeah.
I'll tape a breaking news. You heard it here first, with Death Wish.
Okay.
But when and if it ever becomes official, then you can cut it in.
I love it. I love it.
Perfect.
I love it. Okay, that's perfect.
Or I'll be like, announcing now, Dropkick Murphys flogging Molly this summer in June.
There it is.
Announcing now, Dropkick Murphys and flogging Molly this summer in July. We'll just keep doing that.
We'll just keep going.
If it ever
until we get
happens,
one
we'll be
right.
covered. Yeah.
Perfect. I love it.
So you guys are like extremely obviously well received here, and obviously super well received in Europe. How's it go in like
We're getting
Ireland?
the key
or-
to the city in Albany today.
Oh, really?
You know what I'm saying?
Wow. Was
Like-
it open?
Like, we're big in Albany. I think we only got it because it's a Sunday, so they didn't have like anyone else to give it to today.
love it.
No, but it's nice when people. I think it's because it's the first show in this venue. It's
yeah, you guys
downtown.
are christening this
We're
venue, the Albany
We're
Capital
sparking
Center.
some, some real interest in the downtown. The Sundays down here, it's like there's tumbleweed blowing down.
Yeah, for sure.
No, but I mean, we're so lucky to be able to go where we go and travel,
Yeah.
and
How's it go in Ireland for you guys?
Oh,
is that
good,
crazy
yeah.
for
No,
you?
It's always been. It's always been really good. I mean, the world now in the internet age, it's not so like in the beginning. It would be like, where's your pockets of popularity based on how many times you went there?
Yeah.
Even like, what band were you friends with that maybe you got good shows going together in the early days. Now it's like, people really know what they're getting and what you do and how you are based on. They can just YouTube like every
Right.
show. So, but even before the internet was really a big play, I think just the nature of like the punk rock word of mouth, I think we had a very, obviously if you're playing New York, you're going to have more people than in a city that has, 200,000 people in it.
Yeah.
But overall, it was a pretty across the board, whereas, like going back to like the radio days, if it was a band that was a radio band, they might be like, oh, we're big in this because this station plays this, but then nobody knows us here. We never had that. We had like a pretty good, loyal, even following across the board,
Science!
All right, D-Man. Well, this week's science topic is one that we've talked about a lot on this show, and it's one of those stories that I love coming back to because we keep getting new information.
Yeah, I mean, what the hell is Jupiter?
Right.
What is it?
Right.
We just know it's giant beyond imagination. We have no idea what it's made out of until now.
Yeah. So we've been following the JUNO mission, which is the spacecraft that's been orbiting Jupiter now for a while, and has been just sending back incredible pictures like this one. And it's also been running all of its scientific equipment a lot. And we're starting to get actual concrete data about this incredibly humongous gas giant of a planet in our solar system.
Now, I know Juno was originally created to circle Jupiter,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then we were like, if we're lucky, we'll shoot it down into Jupiter.
No, that is the plan.
That was the.
It's still the plan.
Yeah,
we
okay.
built it so when its mission is over, it's going to shoot directly into Jupiter, and before it's completely broken up and dead, we're going to get all of the information that we possibly can get from these cloud systems. But even just orbiting it,
Is it still going?
the mission?
Juno.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's just going straight through Jupiter.
No. It's still orbiting it. It's not going to go through it yet. No.
it
yeah.
hasn't happened yet.
Yeah. We're just getting it. We've never been able to peer beyond the cloud formations of this gas giant until now, but we have this better understanding of what lies beneath because we now know the depth of this cloud system, which is crazy. The roots of Jupiter's famous zones and belts extend into this mystery. We've never been able to penetrate it. But what Juno is doing is measuring the gravity in this planet. So we're able to really see how these storm systems move and how wide they are into the planet themselves just by measuring the gravity.
Right, because when we're looking at Jupiter, we're not actually looking at the planet here. We're looking at the storms on the outside, and I see you have a diagram that kind of breaks everything down. That's really cool.
Which is really, really cool. Juno's measurement of Jupiter's gravity field indicates a north-south asymmetry similar to the asymmetry observed in its zones and belts, said Juno co-investigator Dr. Luciano Ayas, a researcher at Sapienza University of Rome. And that's really surprising in space exploration. We've never witnessed that before, this asymmetry of like gravitational zones in a planet. We've never seen that before. So that really starts to make us think, how do other planets work in other solar systems and that kind of thing, which is great.
It's crazy that we're still just guessing at this shit.
Yeah. On a gas planet, such an asymmetry can only come from flows deep within the planet, and on Jupiter, the visible eastward and westward jet streams are likewise asymmetric, both north and south. The deeper the jets, the more mass they contain, leading to a stronger signal expressed in the gravity field. Thus, the magnitude of the asymmetry in gravity determines how deep the streams extend. Now, Galileo first noticed these different bands on Jupiter 400 years ago, just using his eye and a telescope.
Wow.
And now we're really starting to dig into what they actually are. And I have a very short video that's got no sound, actually, that I'll play as we're talking here from NASA.
Can we just play metal music behind it?
Sure.
Okay, cool.
So what's crazy about that is that the result was such a surprise because it indicated this weather layer of Jupiter was more massive and extended much deeper than we ever thought possible. The weather layer from its very top goes down 1,900 miles. That's 3,000 kilometers. Okay? Now, this weather layer contains about 1% of Jupiter's mass. Now, I'm going to give you an example to put this in perspective. Earth, our atmosphere is less than 1/1,000,000th of our mass.
Whoa.
Jupiter's atmosphere is 1%
So it's
of its mass.
in comparison, Jupiter's weather layer is 1,000,000 times bigger than our weather layer in ratio.
And in ratio, the mass of Jupiter's atmosphere is equal to 3 Earths.
Wow.
Yeah.
The mass of
Weather.
on Jupiter.
Yeah.
Say that again?
Is equal to 3 Earths. full mass.
So if you take all the clouds and all
Everything.
the acid rain
And
shit
the
that's
dusting.
and all this shit that's
Yeah.
happening in the Jupiter storms, stuffed it in a ball, it'd be 3 times bigger than Earth.
Correct.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it's so massive. And what's
Wow.
what's crazy is that the pressure within this storm system is 100,000 times more dense than Earth.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, there's no taking a
mind-blowing.
vacation to Jupiter, is there?
And once you finally get the 3,000 kilometers past this weather system, the rest of the gas giant kind of works like this weird, solid, liquid body, which is very interesting. It's made up of molecular hydrogen and metallic hydrogen. And that's kind of what this diagram is depicting, and it kind of shows you that there still is a central core, but below the weather systems is this incredible cacophony of just elements.
So it's not even a solid planet.
No, not until you get to what we're assuming is the very icy rock core at the center of all.
And once
this.
again, we're still just assuming, and
We're still assuming that.
Juno's not going to find that out for us.
Right.
That's crazy.
Much thought has been put into what Jupiter might look like below its clouds, but based on these papers, it appears that at this depth, the interior of the planet, like I was saying, it happens to behave like a solid. It's not actually a solid, though. It's this fluid mixture of hydrogen and helium that rotates like a solid body, like our Earth rotates, but it's gas doing it.
Right.
Crazy. Space is so incredible. And this isn't the only thing we just got back from Juno. Juno gave us all these readings, but it also gave us some infrared imagery of the poles. Now, the poles at Jupiter are where the most concentrated storm systems are. It looks like Cyclone City at the poles. And I've got both pictures right here. Here's an infrared of the North Pole of Jupiter, which looks like hell incarnate. Look at those storm systems all around that central storm system there. It's absolutely incredible. And then looking no better, this is the South Pole. Yeah, just tumultuous out there in space. It's pretty crazy. So, and this is the first time we've ever gotten a really close, in-depth infrared image of the poles, which is great. Again, Juno still just kicking ass out there. And it's good for the next couple of years.
Space is scary, bro.
Space is scary. It's fun, though. I
Jeez.
mean, for forever, since, like I said, 400 years ago, Galileo looking up in the sky and going, I wonder what that planet even is.
I wonder what he'd think of this.
He'd be like, ha-ha! He'd love it. He would it would boggle his mind, but he would immediately understand.
I would love to just. Wouldn't that be great?
Oh,
Just
my
to, like,
God.
bring Galileo back for just a hot minute and be
Oh,
like,
my
check
God.
this out! Be
Yeah.
quick before you die again. It'd be great.
So cool. So, again, this is going to be one of those science topics that we're going to constantly come back to because I'm so impressed with the ingenuity of the human spirit of being able to put something up there like the Juno spacecraft and the amount of data we've already gotten back from it being there only a matter of years, and it's going to be there for a handful more years before it plunges into the planet itself.
That's crazy.
The amount of stuff we're going to learn is just
Yeah,
mind-boggling.
the information that we've already gotten back has been just perspective changing.
And I mean, every 53 days it does a close enough pass to be able to send us back these gorgeous images of this planet. That alone is incredible.
It's so cool, man.
So cool.
What fuels you?
So this week, we got the incredible privilege of talking to Ken Casey of Dropkick Murphys. We actually caught up with him backstage at a show he played locally in Albany, New York. And before the show, we sat down with him and talked about the band and life and how he just literally can't slow down.
Yeah, I mean, we have Murphy's Boxing. We
Yeah.
have the Clot of Fun.
Yeah.
We have the band and
He
everything.
owns a couple
they do.
restaurants.
Yeah, the restaurants and bars and
It's
stuff like that. It's
crazy.
intense, man.
And one of the things he was talking about, which I thought made a great What Fuels You, is you need to kind of have this mentality of to work as your own boss when you chase after life. don't let life pass you by. That's been something that we've talked about actually in the last couple episodes. In fact, it reminds me a couple episodes ago when we talked to actor Cliff Simon and how, you just want to just take life by the horns and just like all of us are fueled by death. The idea of this show. And, not letting life pass you by, you are your own boss on that.
Yeah.
You can either get out of work and go and sit on your couch and fall asleep, or you can, do your 9 to 5, but then take life by the horns afterwards,
And I kind of look at this a little bit differently. And it's a thing I've been concentrating on a little bit lately, and it's investing in yourself.
Yes.
And by that, I mean everything that you do should be an investment on the business of being yourself.
And I think all of us are a business.
Yeah. I mean, essentially, if you want to succeed, you have to be doing some sort of business, whether it be monetary or just anything else.
Right.
But even when you get into marketing is like first learn how to market yourself.
Yes.
And it's just the way you kind of should be going through life. And even your job should be about you and about the story of you.
Yes.
And even though I'm here at Death Wish working for Mike Brown, part of that is working for Mike Brown falls under the identity of being myself.
Yeah.
And it's something that I can agree upon, and it is why I love my job. And that's not that hard to find, a job that fits your identity to build on the story of you.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
And I think that's a really good way of putting it, building it on the story of you, because the story of you should be an ongoing thing, and it's all about the goals you set for yourself and the life you want to live.
Yeah.
One thing you've been actually saying to me as of late is you want to visit Japan.
Yeah.
That's a great goal.
Yeah.
Because you're not going tomorrow. You could technically be like, I'm taking time off of work and I'm going to take out a loan and I'm going to go tomorrow. And you could do that.
Yeah.
But you can also work for it, and you know that that's going to be part of your story sometime in your life. That the part of Dustin's story is going to be getting off the plane in Japan.
Yeah, and to look into that a little bit deeper, yeah, it costs money, and it seems like it's an entertaining thing to do.
Yeah.
But it's deeper than that. It's an investment in myself in the way that I'm giving myself a unique experience.
Right.
Right? And I go on to that trip to Japan, I learn all these cool things, and I become even more myself in order to spread that on the podcast or maybe the music that I make.
Or just in everyday life.
And if you look at it like that, you're not spending money needlessly on yourself. You're investing in you.
Yes.
You're investing in the story that is your life. And looking at it a little bit deeper, and I try to think of this even when I go to the gym.
Yeah.
Like, I want to be more me. I want to, I have an image of myself. How do I fill that image?
Right.
And part of that is being in good shape and being, alive and well and healthy. And in order to do that, I need to invest time. It's not going to happen on its own.
Right.
I need to invest a lot of time going to the gym after work every day, murdering myself on that gym floor because I need to amp up the story that is my life.
Yeah. And, life is a job.
Yeah.
We all work it. We all got to work at it.
It doesn't work itself.
And you're your own boss. You're the only boss you'll ever have. And you should never that's the other side of this. You should never let anyone else be the boss of your life. Ever. Ever. And I think that is lost on people sometimes. You get into that rut of doing things because it's the way to do it because someone else has made it that
I saw
way.
a funny
I don't think that's the way to live.
Instagram quote. I can't really remember it verbatim. But it was something in the way of critics are just people who don't see from your perspective.
Ah, I like it.
Yeah, and it's pretty much just saying don't let people deter you from being you.
Yeah, don't let anybody deter anything. You are you. Be the best you can be and invest in yourself, like you said. I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. Be your own boss.
No, and it's not selfish because here's how I see it. Like, spending all this time on yourself, that could be seen as vain. But in the end, if you make yourself better, you can do more things and better things for the world.
Yes.
You're not going to make a difference if you have not reached your potential. And in order to reach your potential, you have to focus on yourself. And it's not being selfish at all.
Mm-hmm. I like
Period.
it.
Community shout out.
Okay.
It's a good one.
So, community shout out this week. Susan Owens Wise. That's our community shout out. And I just want to say something about Susan. Loving Susan's post because she's been a fan of Death Wish now for a very long time. But she does social media right. And I did not find a single photo of her, which is great. But I got
Wait, why do you think that's a bad
because some people, I think sometimes the selfie game gets a little bit too much.
It does get a little crazy.
You know, and she goes the exact opposite. There's not a lot of pictures of her. There's what she loves, which is a lot of Death Wish, which I'm loving. This is why we're shouting out Susan this week, because of this photo right here. This is probably my favorite photo I've seen ever of our mugs. It's incredible. Look at this. The box is in there. She was the golden ticket winner as well as getting the actual mug. She got some skulls in there. It's just
You know who else takes great pictures of our products?
Who's that?
And I see it all the time. Sonic Death Monkey.
Yes.
Brian himself.
Yes, yeah.
He takes some like, oh shit, why didn't we take that
Yeah.
photo? It's so good.
That's what I thought of when I saw this, you
Yeah.
know, like, but I gotta say, Susan's got an incredible account over on Instagram and on Facebook of a lot of her love of the company, and that's why we're shouting out Susan this week. But also her love of other things, like this obviously was near and dear to my heart. Look at this.
I was about to say, is it Star Wars?
Millennium Falcon ice coffee cubes. Death Wish coffee cubes. Come on. That's just delicious right there. And it's Star Wars.
Does it taste better if it's in the shape of the Millennium Falcon?
Yes, it does.
Oh, God.
Yes, it does. And like I said, I didn't really find any photos of Susan to put out there, which is fine because she has some adorable animals in her life. I hope I don't get these wrong. This is Captain, I believe. This is Duke.
Oh.
And the kitty cat is Kylo.
Hey.
Yeah, I know you're.
Show me the dogs all day. I don't know.
But community shout out, mugs up, Susan Owens Wise this week. And speaking of shouting out, we got some birthdays to shout out this week, some fun ones this week. On Thursday,
That's a good one.
March 15th, we got singer, musician, and all-around badass Dee Snider is going to be 63 years young.
And he's still giant and jacked and energetic.
It's incredible. Short story, Dustin and I were in Chicago a couple years ago for Riot Fest, and we got to see one of the coolest bands not many people get to see because they only do festivals, called Chevy Metal. It is the band that is fronted by the drummer of the Foo Fighters, Taylor Hawkins, and all they do is play incredible covers from the 70s and 80s. But they get a lot of their famous friends to come and join them, and Dee Snider surprised everybody by jumping up on stage and singing a couple songs with them, and it was so cool.
Dude, he did such a good rendition.
Such a good job.
It's such a good rendition of Mississippi Queen.
Yeah, he did.
He nailed
It was so good.
It was so good.
But Twisted Sister still does some stuff. They still tour, and I had to throw in a photo from the 80s there.
God.
D in the 80s. You cannot forget the way he looked during that time.
I did up until now.
So happy birthday to him. Friday, March 16th, one of my favorite actors, Alan Tudyk, is going to be 47 years old. Obviously, fans of Alan probably know him from Firefly. He was Wash on that show. But so many other amazing
Go ahead,
things.
say it, Jeff.
I don't think I've got a picture of it. I've got another movie.
Oh.
Dodgeball.
Wait, that's not Star Wars?
Dodgeball. He was the pirate in
You
Dodgeball.
have a picture of Star Wars next,
Hey,
don't you?
how would Alan Tudyk be in Star Wars? There he is.
Oh!
He was the voice of K2SO in Rogue One.
He can't help himself, ladies and gentlemen. If anything has to do with Star Wars, he's going to mention it, I promise.
It's the truth. But
He even
Alan's
found
great.
out that Susan made Millennium Falcon ice cubes.
Yeah.
This guy.
Alan not only with Star Wars, not only with Dodgeball, but so many good things. Tucker and Dale vs. Evil.
A Knight's Tale.
Knight's Tale. He was the voice of the robot in the Will Smith AI movie, iRobot.
Was he?
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, he was the voice of that. He does a ton of voice acting. He was half the characters in Frozen. He was
Really?
yeah, oh
Wow.
yeah. He does all sorts of stuff. Incredible career, very funny dude. Maybe we'll get him on the show someday.
I know he rubs elbows with
Mr.
Brock Powell.
Yeah, I'd love to talk to Alan. Got 2 birthdays on St. Patrick's Day. Saturday, March 17th. First up, actor John Boyega is going to be 26 years old. You probably know John from there it is. Yeah, Star Wars. But come on, it's like literally the biggest role he's had.
I'm pretty sure when you come in on the morning, on Monday morning, you go, Star Wars birthdays.
At this point, we live in a wonderful era where at this point, lots of actors have been able to grace the screen in some capacity in the Star Wars universe.
That's true.
So,
you know, with all those movies and
I
mean,
cartoons.
First of all, it's probably the most sequenced, is that the word, movie franchise.
Oh, totally.
And on top of that, out of the movie franchises that exist, it's probably the most amount of characters per movie.
Yeah, I would think so.
Because it's a lot.
Marvel
of
might be
characters.
close, but yeah, it's like it's definitely there.
Yeah.
But not only is John Boyega from Star Wars, he's also in the upcoming Pacific Rim 2, and I'm kind of excited.
Oh, he looks good.
I'm kind of excited about this movie. The first movie was fun, and that's what I want with this.
You know what this tells me? I think we're seeing him as his characters and as himself kind of evolve.
Yes.
Where in Star Wars, he's more of like a standoffish, nervous. I'm just trying to save the person.
Yeah.
And I think we're seeing him grow into a more confident role.
A leading man.
Which we'll see in future Star Wars movies.
Yeah, a
That's
leading
so cool.
man, which is going to be really cool. But anyway, sign me up for Pacific Rim 2. Robots fighting monsters. I'm not looking for an Oscar winner, people. I just don't think it's going to be a lot of fun. But also on Saturday, March 17th, a happy birthday to the very talented Kurt Russell is going to be 67 years old. No Star Wars credits. No Star Wars credits.
Close,
although this is a photo of him from Guardians of the Galaxy 2, which he did which he had a very fun role in.
He was great in it. He's great in everything he does. He's just a
he
really
really
good
is. I think
actor.
I have other photos of him actually. Oh yeah. There
Escape
it
from
is.
L.A.?
Escape. This is actually Escape from New York.
But
but Snake Plissken.
Which one was first? I don't remember.
L.A. was first.
Okay,
I
that's
think. I think it's been a long time.
Let me know, people.
They're both awesome. And he got to play that character. Also, Big Trouble Little China. Also,
Roadhouse.
No, I think that's it. I've got of him.
Oh, okay. I can't believe you didn't get Roadhouse.
No, I just got the double there. Oh no, I do have another one. One of my favorite movies. It actually slipped my mind. Tombstone.
Oh, he was so good.
So good in Tombstone.
What a great movie.
Such a great movie.
Yeah,
Such a great cast. Such a great movie. One of the best.
Public service announcement.
Yeah.
If you have not watched Tombstone, it holds up, people.
Yeah.
This is a great movie. Stop what you're doing right now unless
Yeah.
you're watching the podcast, which is I hope is what you're doing if you're hearing me right now, and watch Tombstone.
Yeah. But a happy birthday to him also on St. Patrick's Day. On Sunday, March 18th, singer and television host extraordinaire and actor, he was in American Horror Story for a second there, Adam Levine is going to be 39 years old. Adam Levine is also a fan of a certain coffee company. I have a photo of him with a nice cup of Death Wish coffee there on the streets of Saratoga. This was taken actually right outside the mothership, right outside of Saratoga Coffee Traders. He was here, I believe, on tour with Maroon 5.
Looks like he stole that coat from my mom.
But yeah, we are definitely happy that he likes the coffee, and he's spoken about it a couple times, which is pretty cool.
Great.
Yeah. And finally, Wednesday, March 21st, recent Oscar winner Gary Oldman is going to be an old man. He's going to be 60 years old. Another one of those actors who's just been in everything.
He's the guy who can play any role, too.
Speaking of, this is what he won the Oscar for. There he is as Winston Churchill. Yeah, I can't wait to see
Got
this
some
movie.
neck stuff going on.
I haven't seen this yet, but I mean, oh God,
Seriously, you can put him in any role, and he's hardly recognizable sometimes.
Commissioner Gordon in The Dark
Couldn't
Knight.
even recognize him in that.
Yeah.
Could not, even though I knew it was Gary Oldman, I couldn't be like, that's Gary Oldman. Dude,
Sirius Black in the Harry Potter series, and
really?
Yeah.
See, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, he's one of the best characters in the Harry Potter series.
He's my favorite villain.
And
in that
speaking
movie.
of favorite villains,
Are you gonna do it?
It's gotta be here.
Yes!
There it is. Yes.
That's why you're
He's-
my friend. Jeff. That's why you're my friend.
He's so good. The Fifth Element, guys. I mean, come on. What better villain? Come on. And
love
that
the-
weird hairpiece
and
thing.
the-
Like,
The head bleeds.
oh,
It's so good.
So good.
So good.
So good. So happy birthday to all those guys this week. Let's roast something.
I smell a roast.
Do you, Brock? Do you smell a roast?
He does smell a roast. So I had to roast it. We're roasting St. Patrick's Day, but not actually like let's roast St. Patrick's Day. Let's roast St. Patrick's Day, the American perspective.
And even further than that, I just feel like there's a lot of things that we take for granted and just go overboard with.
Yes.
And like, oh, drinking holiday?
Yeah.
Why don't we get fucked up and break shit?
Yeah.
No, wait. Come on, take it back just a little bit, guys. Have fun. Let's keep on having fun.
Yeah.
In order to keep on having fun, we need to stay not stupid.
Yeah. And here's some stuff in the roast that will keep us all informed and a little bit less American when we talk about something like this international holiday, St. Patrick's Day. And what it is, a lot of people get this first one wrong. This is actually the remembrance of the death of the man, St. Patrick, not his birthday. A lot of people say, oh, it's about the birth of him, and it's not. It's a feast day. It's a Christian feast day about the death of the saint. And this is his actual tomb in Ireland, which is pretty neat. Someday I want to see it in person. It's also the celebration is it stems from a term called drowning the shamrock. And I'll get to that in a minute. The reason why is because this is smack dab in the Christian practice of Lent, which is where people who practice the faith of Catholicism, they fast for 40 days and 40 nights during the time of Lent. And you can eat fish, but you can't eat a lot of meat, and you can't eat, between meals, and you can't drink alcohol. That is lifted for the feast day of St. Patrick. And that happened in the 17th century, and because of that lift on that.
And let me tell you why this happened.
Okay.
Was because when they're bringing Catholicism to Ireland, and the Irish are already Celtic.
Yes.
And they're already celebrating St. Patrick's Day.
Right.
And they're like, no, we're Catholic. We have Lent during these days.
Right.
And they're like, no, we're Irish. We have to do this. And in order to assimilate them into
Right.
Catholicism, they brought St. Patrick's Day into same thing with Christmas.
Right.
It's the same thing.
So it became a feast day, became a day of party, a day of revelry. And thankfully, Americans have taken that and made it How Drunk Can You Get Day is basically what it is.
Drink gross green beer day.
Yeah, and we'll get to that in a second, too. But I actually found this out. I didn't know this. I always thought it was just a term, drowning the shamrock. I figured that was just get drunk on St. Patrick's Day, just a term for it. It literally means drowning the shamrock. It's a practice. It started in Ireland, but it happens in a lot of places where they put a shamrock at the bottom of your whiskey or beer, and then you drink the whole thing down and swallow the shamrock at the end, kind of like the worm at the bottom of tequila. But like that's kind of like where the term drowning the shamrock came from.
You think it was maybe they were just wanted rain?
Maybe.
And they're just like partying, like, oh, I hope it rains so we don't die from starvation.
Yeah, maybe.
Drown that shamrock.
The other thing a lot of people get wrong is St. Patrick was not Irish. Ooh, what is that? Kiss me, I'm Irish, or drunk whenever. Oh, yeah. This is the bastardized version that I was talking about with America before I get to that. This is just an example that I threw in there of how we've taken this Catholic feast day and have made it as America as possible.
The problem is we're making it a parody of itself.
Yeah.
And just kind of killing it. And if it keeps on going down this route, we're going to lose St. Patrick's Day, people. Keep it together.
Negative stereotypes are bad, people. But anyway, St. Patrick was not Irish. He was actually Roman British. He was taken to Ireland as a slave as a teen, and then lived among the people, actually then helped convert the entire country to Christianity. And you have also probably heard the myth that he drove all the snakes out of Ireland, which is a huge myth. Huge myth. He didn't do that. He didn't play a flute and get all the...
What's he doing there?
Well, yes. This isn't a real photo.
Get out. And they're like, okay. That was my snake voice, by the way.
Also, this is something that a lot of people don't know. Green is not the original color associated with St. Patrick's and St. Patrick's Day.
It's blue, right?
actually blue.
Yeah,
These are he wore robes of blue, and green was actually considered unlucky in Ireland way back. It was this unlucky color.
It just went with the shamrock theme,
Yeah.
right?
So in actuality, everybody should be wearing blue on St. Patrick's Day.
I'm gonna do it.
Also, just so we all are clear, it's St. Patty's Day, if we're going to abbreviate it, not St. Patty's Day. Patty, Patty, connotates Patricia. It's the smaller version of that name. Paddy is from the actual Irish of Patrick, which has a D in it. But we shouldn't even abbreviate it down to that, because St. Patty's Day and St. Patrick's Day, we're only losing 2 letters.
And you're not wasting any mouth noises at all.
Yeah, I mean, just say St. Patrick's Day, people. It's not that hard.
I won't get mad if you say St. Patty's
Yeah.
Day. We're not micromanaging you, I promise.
Another thing that is big on St. Patrick's Day, like you brought up, especially in America, is green beer.
God, that looks so gross.
I did a little digging. I didn't know any of this. So green beer started in 1914. This doctor came up with it for a party that he was throwing. That's it. He was like, I could do this. And the original way of doing it was using wash blue, which was this iron powder that was used in the early 1900s to whiten your clothes. Sounds real appetizing and safe. I'm so glad he did that. But what's crazy is if you've ever tried to make green beer, you probably have failed at it. I've tried and failed. And the reason why is you don't want to use green food coloring. You want to use blue food coloring because the beer is already an amber color. So if you use the green, it just kind of makes it this muddy brownish green. Whereas if you use blue, it actually takes blue and yellow and makes green.
Wow, Jeff. That should have been our science segment.
It's pretty cool.
Let me tell you a funny little story about green food coloring.
Okay.
I'm going to get just a tiny bit gross, just a little bit. But back in the day when I worked for a late night food restaurant called Esperanto, we make these things. They make these things called doughboys, which is just like a little pocket of cheese and chicken wrapped up in dough. And for Valentine's Day, we did them in pink, which was very gross looking. It came out more like skin tone.
I know where this is going.
Very phallic shape too, as well.
Yeah.
But the green, I remember specifically because it had snowed that St. Patrick's Day that I'm thinking back to. And when I was walking back to work the next morning, I could find my way to the job by following the green-colored vomit stains in the snowbanks.
Ew.
And it was like,
God.
oh my God.
God. Green is on everything, though. And, I mean, green food has become this whole thing for St. Patrick's Day as well. And that really has a dark undertone that you don't normally think about. What I have up here right now is a photo of the actual monument in Ireland that pays homage to the potato famine that Ireland went through in the 1840s. And historian Christine Kinley actually says that the potato famine in the 1840s led starving Irish citizens to drastic measures. People were so deprived of food that they resorted to eating grass. And in Irish folk memory, they talk about people's mouths being green as they died.
Oh, that's so sad.
So the next time you go to eat some green food, maybe not.
Wow, Jeff, you really rained on that St. Patrick's Day parade.
Well, I'll rain on it even farther, because this is something that us Americans don't think twice about, but it's kind of a racial stereotype, and not even a racial stereotype. It's just it's bad juju. The Irish car bomb.
Oh yeah, how many people have been horribly murdered by Irish car bombs?
I mean, if you don't know what it is, it's Guinness, and you take a shot of half a shot of Bailey's and a half a shot of Irish whiskey that you put in the same shot glass, and you drop the shot glass into the Guinness, and you have to take the whole thing down before the shot technically explodes in the beer, the milk curdles, the Bailey's curdles. But yeah, it's got some pretty bad overtones to it because the poor Irish people have dealt, especially with the Irish Republican Army and all that kind of stuff, with lots of car bombs.
Let me give you a horrible analogy.
Ugh.
That's like making a drink called the Afghanistan drone strike. It's like, that's pretty much what you're... There's a lot of innocent people who were taken out by Irish car bombs.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about the drink. I'm talking about horribly blowing up crowds of people.
And
Let's think about this a little bit.
And I'm
I'm triggered, Jeff.
And I'm not saying it's bad to drink the drink because you know what? Like, I actually kind of like it.
Wait, that curdling still happens. It just happens in your stomach, by the way.
I kind of like it, but we could come up with a better name for it,
I think let's start a petition. Let's call it the...
Call it a Guinness bomb.
Yeah.
You know, that's easy. Like, that way we're taking the Irish out of it. You know what I mean?
Why don't we just stop calling it a bomb?
Yeah.
Boom!
Boom! Or something.
I don't know. An Irish boom.
Yeah, or something. But, you know, just to end this on this note, we have really taken this holiday in America and just made it this amateur hour. I mean, you and I have both worked in town in a city before, you know, and have had to dealt with, like you said, the aftermath the day after of St. Patrick's Day. And it doesn't need to be, let's go out and drink as much alcohol as we can and kiss as many strangers as we can. We don't need to have that connotation. I mean, celebrate.
Kissing's fine.
Let's all celebrate for St. Patrick's Day.
Give each other cold sores. It'd be great.
Yeah, let's all celebrate for St. Patrick's Day. Just do it responsibly.
And in conclusion, Jeff and I will be going to Boston during St. Patrick's Day at a Dropkick Murphys show this weekend.
Yeah.
If there's any video that surfaces of us being assholes during St. Patrick's Day, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that we're hypocrites. I really am.
No,
I apologize ahead of time.
We're really excited. We're going to be in Boston right on for St. Patrick's Day. We're going to Dropkick show. We're going to...
That'll be you, Jeff.
Yeah, we're going to present the check for the Cloud of Fun, which is going to be great. And then we are going to experience the city of Boston on St. Patrick's Day.
I'm ready for it. Usually I'm not down for those kind of things, but I'm embracing. It's going to be nutty.
It'll be nutty, but we're going to be responsible. We're not going to drive anywhere. You know, we're going to be walking everywhere, and I'm not going to black out. I'm gonna have some libations. I'll have some good times, but
libations.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna go.
We should set up a buddy
Jeff.
system, probably.
Yeah, we should have a buddy system. Again,
you guys should set up a buddy system.
It's a perfect time. Again, guys, follow us on Instagram if you want to see some of that debacle. I'm sure we'll be posting.
At Jeff Wish Coffee, at Death Wish Dustin.
Yeah.
Here's the update.
D-Man's Death Wish Update. Brought to you by Death Wish Coffee.
All right, D-Man.
So many good things.
So many good things.
Now, last week, I'm sure most of you noticed, we released a new ladies t-shirt.
Yeah.
It looks
super stoked about this.
And it's selling really well. I'm very happy about it, and I believe we'll keep this in stock for the ladies t-shirt for a while.
Now, here's the back of it. There you go.
Nice high quality t-shirt.
Yeah, we love doing apparel for this company, you know? Like, you wouldn't think like a coffee company we'd do so much darn apparel, but it's fun. It's fun sourcing this stuff. It's fun coming up with the ideas, and like, you know, obviously we love doing the t-shirts, and we like doing the women's we did a women's t-shirt last year. It did great.
Yeah, we've had it up until this point. So
we wanted to do a different style.
Yep.
I think last year's was the low V-neck, right?
Yep.
So this one's a little bit more of like a crew neck, and I hope you guys enjoy it. And if you guys get the women's tee out there, post a photo. Hashtag the Death Wish.
A little insider view of the company. We found a great apparel company to work with lately, and we've decided to come out with a lot more apparel this year in general, just because we have such a great source for really great merchandise now. So we're very stoked. I think you'll be seeing a lot more things like this, including this week we will be releasing tomorrow.
Yeah.
We will be releasing the crew neck sweatshirt.
And you've seen this. Dustin actually wore this on the show a couple shows ago, but boy, it's great. It says "No Rest for the Wicked" on the back with our little Scully hand and the skull and crossbones, and then obviously the awesome Death Wish logo on the front there. nice made, American made. Great. We do, like we've said before, we do the hoodie every year, and it's cool to do a sweatshirt that's not a hoodie. So now you've got options, because we're definitely doing a hoodie at the end of the year too. But
yeah, like I said, we found a really great company, and this is really high quality stuff. We're very stoked on how this came out. Get it while it's hot, guys. It might go quick.
Yeah, it might go quick. Also coming up, if you watched last week's show, we didn't really say anything about it, but I definitely was wearing it the whole show. We're coming out with a brand new Era hat. And we're really excited about it. It's the baseball logo design that we did on our baseball tee, and also on the patch that came with the denim jacket. But yeah, we really love this hat. It looks like that in the front, and then it's got that on the back. I enjoy it. I love the red and blackness of it, because like our original hat's got the little hints of red, but that red brim, it pops.
And we're finding out, like I was talking about with the apparel company, we're finding out that going high quality is really just, there's no other way to go. And that's why we're working with New Era for all these hats, and they're really like the best hats that you can get, that money can buy, and we're offering them for a very reasonable price.
That'll be coming out in a couple weeks, so again, subscribe to the email, keep watching the show. We'll let you guys know when that comes out, and we'll have those pretty much throughout this year.
There will be a limited number of these.
Oh, okay.
The standard one with the Death Wish logo,
that one's forever.
That one we keep in stock. This one will be the one-time order. Once this sells out, I suspect we will not be ordering anymore.
Okay.
So it is a very limited supply. I think maybe 2,500 units.
Wow.
Something like that.
So you're going to want to get that as soon as it comes out.
Yeah, definitely don't mess around on this one. I don't want anybody upset because they were a little bit slow at buying it. So if you're interested in this, get on the ball. Stay connected to the newsletter.
Yep. Couple
keep
weeks.
watching the show. We'll let you know as soon as it's released. And keep your ear to the ground on this one.
We
guys.
love working with New Era. Speaking of new stuff, I just want to let you guys know that we got some new machinery coming into the warehouse. We're really excited. We're growing all the time, and we got some new machines that are going to help us funnel the coffee into other machines, and we got a new box printer that's coming. Like, are you part of that whole deal, because you are the box guy? Like,
actually, it just makes my job easier.
Right?
Part of being the box guy is that I have to kind of organize these print plates for all these boxes to have labeling to say what's inside, or we slap stickers on everything, which is kind of a pain in the ass. Either way, it's a pain in the ass. What's great is having a printer that just marks every box that goes through. So it has something to do with me. It means that I have to do less, which is great. We're becoming more efficient every day, freeing up my time. With that type of ordering, I can now focus on more important things, and it's great. I love this new machinery.
Yeah, so we're starting to get some of these pieces into the warehouse, and it's really fun to just see the warehouse grow and change and like morph into this new thing. So I'm going to start taking a lot of footage of these machines coming to the warehouse, us putting them together, and them finally in working order and getting utilized. So in the next couple weeks, hopefully, we'll have some footage of some of these new things for you guys on this show and outside of it too, because we love showing you guys like the magic behind the curtain kind of thing. It's going to be a lot of fun. And finally, don't forget, we're doing a new thing where every week we're running contests, whether with other companies or just within the company, to win some of our merchandise. Like we just are finishing up running a crew neck and a pound of coffee and a bandana contest, and we're going to do some other merch contests. Every single Friday on Facebook Live, right where you're watching this probably right now, we announce the winners. Our incredibly talented Sierra gets in front of the camera there and literally shouts your name out, and if you've won. So it's a really fun way to find that out, and we're going to do those every single Friday, so make sure you tune into those. I can't think of anything else really coming up.
Wait, I got a thing. No, I'm just kidding. I don't have a thing. Jeff was like, oh, shit, what's he going to say?
But we'll have more stuff for you next week on the update.
And that's the show, ladies and
gentlemen. That's the show. Thanks so much for watching. One last time, share this feed, comment, share it in the comments. We're going to pick one lucky winner to get the Death Wish Dropkick Murphys collaboration St. Patrick's Day mug.
These are sold out. This is the
Sold
only way
out.
you can get this mug right now.
So share, comment, shared. We cannot thank you guys enough for checking out the show, liking the show. And don't forget, tune in tomorrow to the podcast. Holy crap, what an incredible conversation with Ken Casey of the Dropkick Murphys. It'll get you in the mood for St. Patrick's Day, and it'll make you tired because the dude just doesn't stop. The conversation just was like, and then you do this, and then you also do this, and you do this. It's so much fun to talk to Ken, and I cannot wait for you guys to hear that episode. So, yeah, thanks, guys. Thanks so much.
Don't forget to follow us on social media.
Yeah.
At Jeff Wish Coffee.
That's me, at Death Wish Dustin.
That's me.
It's that easy. And we'll see you guys next week for another brand new show.
Cheers.
Bye.
This has been Fueled by Deathcast, a Death Wish Coffee Company podcast production. Thanks for listening.